It's time for Ask the Vets.
Yes, it is. Dr. Joel Conn is joining us this morning from Pismo Beach Veterinary Clinic, and you're here to talk about puppies.
That's right.
My dog recently had puppies, and you're going to talk to us about puppy breeding in general as well, and then you guys will get to see some video of my little one.
Oh, such a little treat there.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I think the biggest thing to consider with puppies, just like planning pregnancy in a human, you want to plan for it. So, do your research ahead of time. You make sure that you're well educated in the breed. If you're, breeding, obviously a line of animals. Your goal should be, in general, to improve the breed and that kind of thing. And there's lots of, pre-pregnancy tests that should be performed that are breed dependent. But I think we want to talk about more what happens once the puppies arrive. Is that right?
Exactly.
So of course, the biggest thing is also kind of be aware of what constitutes a normal pregnancy in a dog. So I know you've been through this not too long ago, but 3-4 weeks ago or so?
Yes.
Yeah. So, with mom, be, kind of educate yourself on pregnancy and the stages of pregnancy so you know what to happen, what to do if an emergency occurs or things are not going as planned. And there are a couple of general rules as far as that's concerned. Once mom starts to go into labor, typically it shouldn't be more than a couple to 4 hours between puppies. Things like that, and obviously if it's been 12, 24 hours and she's having contractions, nothing's happening, that's when you want to seek veterinary attention. And it's not a bad idea to maybe get your vet on the phone as things begin so that they kind of have a heads up, and then you can call them if any problems arise. But once those puppies arrive, then the real fun begins.
Oh, yes.
So, the first thing is you want to make sure mom has a nice place to have her puppies. So make her a nice nest. Those puppies are going to spend the first several weeks of their lives kind of in a confined area, so you want to have that set up ahead of time, not be scrambling at the last minute. And of course, we want to make sure that all the puppies are latching on and able to feed right in the beginning. And the first couple of days of life, it's important to even the first week or two, it's important to actually monitor weight. A typical puppy, depending on the breed, obviously larger breed dogs are different than toy breed dogs, but a typical puppy is going to double its weight in the first week. And if they're not, there may be an issue there. The other thing is, when puppies are born, typically their eyes and their ears are closed. And so they're pretty helpless in the first, week or two of life. And that typically, the eyes open usually within 7 to 14 days. And so that's another thing to look for, is if they're having any trouble with their eyes opening up, or if you're seeing any discharge from the eyes or anything like that, seek attention for that.
Yeah, and I think we do have some video that we want to play. I have two that I gave them, so if we want to go ahead and pop up this video. This is when they were just born, so they kind of look like little piggies, I thought, or like little rats. I cannot believe my dog had 7 puppies, and now their eyes are open and they're getting very vocal. And I know I had some questions for you about that. Especially, I know there's the whole white boxer myth. And
it is a bit of a myth. I mean, white boxers initially were very, very rare because most people didn't keep them. They were euthanized shortly after birth and that kind of thing. And actually, white boxers make up about 10 to 20% of a typical litter, so you're going to see them pretty frequently.
Now, 3 in ours.
I saw that. So the thing about white boxers or any white breed dog, period,
there they are now. They're moving around now. They're walking around. They're very playful and, like I said, very vocal.
And that's good. You should be seeing that within the first couple of weeks. That's a good sign. So white boxers are not actually. It's not a color. It's a lack of color. Oh. And they contain in our skin. We contain melanocytes or melanin, which gives us our color. And we need those things in our irises, in our eyes, in the backs of our retinas, and in our ears for those organs to function properly. So the more white an animal is, or the more they lack melanin, you may run into problems with hearing. It's a little bit unpredictable. A white boxer is definitely not guaranteed to be deaf, but there is a higher risk of that. And so that's the only thing to kind of be aware of.
And what should I look for? Are they supposed to be, if somebody's overly vocal or not vocal enough?
It's hard to tell in puppies until they've really kind of come of age. Sometimes you can't evaluate that. Sometimes a deaf animal will be more vocal, but a puppy's also a puppy, and so I wouldn't, I think as they grow and develop, and the thing is, even deaf animals can have great quality of life and normal lives, You just have to make some adjustments for that.
All right, perfect. And then last question, what are some things that I should be asking potential new owners?
Okay, so that's always
When
an
we get
important.
there.
Yeah,
I don't want to let them go.
it's good to have a plan for that, though. I think one of the first things is, you have to kind of decide what you want from your owners. Are you going to require that they spay or neuter? Are you going to be willing to take the animal back if there's a problem? Are you going to require certain vaccines, or are you going to send them along with some of the things they need, like heartworm prevention, flea control? So those are some questions to kind of have ready and a plan to have in place. The other thing is, I think it's important, if you're going to be giving puppies away, is to not actually give them away, actually require some sort of a charge, even if you're not looking to kind of make money on the pups. It's been shown that if someone pays for something, it's of more value to them, and they may take it more seriously. So that's probably one of the biggest tips, is require some sort of a charge up front that requires the owner to take responsibility right off the bat.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much for being here with us this morning. I really appreciate it, and that was fun. So if you have any questions, you can always email the vet, askthevet@kcoy.com.
Thank you, Dr. Joel.